What the hell just happened? 71 months. Let's hope tonight's players are serving up some good duels. Who will be our survivor, and who will be saying c'est la vie? I'm off for an espresso macchiato. So, who's your money on? Four and a half bleeding years. You get less for murder. Probably should have typed that in the right bit, whelp.
Quarterfinals. Eight players are left in Duel Season 5. Here is how it stands. Mark will be playing Clive, Amy will be playing Tipster, Shapes will be playing Claire, BC will be playing Samster. Not necessarily in that order, we will get all four of those duels played out tonight though. All of our quarterfinals here tonight on Quiz Night. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the penultimate episode of Duel Season 5.
Good luck to all the duelists tonight, Ash. Let's duel.
Let's duel indeed. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Puzzledan, followed by also Sunny Cat with 250 bits, bringing the time shock.
Best of luck to the quarter-finalists. Let's duel.
Let's duel indeed. Thank you very much for the 250 bits there. Appreciate that. Welcome to you all. I hope you're doing well this wonderful Wednesday evening here in the UK for another quiz night. Thank you also to Only for the 54-month resub, Ralph with a 62-month resub, and Matt with the big old 71-month resub at tier 3, no less. Thank you for all of your support. Right, okay. So, we've had some last-minute alterations happening. Unfortunately, Tipster has had to withdraw from the finals as it stands. And per the rules of the tournaments means we need to roll down on Tipster's position down to the next dual score participant because Tipster came through on a wildcard position, so we'll need to roll down the list to find the next name. I believe that next name is Ralph, and currently conversations are being held backstage as to whether or not Ralph can make tonight. I do hope we can, and if not Ralph, then we will roll down one more position. But thankfully, it's not the first duel in tonight's stream, so we should be able to sort it out later rather than sooner.
Vroom vroom, time to duel.
Vroom vroom, time to duel. Thank you there, Mr. Buzzer Bob with the 63-month resub. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that as well. I hope you're doing well, and hope your preparations for 24-hour game show marathon are going okay for 2025. I'm sure that's happening very, very soon indeed. Hope you're not too stressed out from it. You're going to stick around long enough that somehow I am the person that must fill in, indeed. No. Ralph won't be needed for the first duel. Ralph will be needed for duel number 3 tonight, if we can get to that point. We still have 2 of the duels to play out first before then. First of which is going to be Shapes and Claire, if memory serves, and then it will be BC and Samster. Those are the first 2 duels to play out in tonight's proceedings. Then we go up to what would be AB Me Tipster, and then Mark and Clive for duel number 4 tonight. So that is the current run order that we have for the games tonight. I do need to update quarterfinal C to replace Tipster's name though with the Lupine 1. Update that. So now that has changed hands. So now, yeah, AB Me and Ralph currently in the seat for that particular deal, though that may still happen, may yet change depending on whether Ralph can accept or not. But yeah, I think we are about ready to get this quarter-final stage of Duel Season 5 underway. We have 8 players in. Only 4 will survive from the end of tonight's stream. It's just going to be straight-up heads-up duels tonight. No fancy points or anything on offer. Audience, you are more than welcome to join us and play along for a bit of fun in each of these duels, though there is nothing on the line from the audience perspective. Additionally, we have a prediction currently going on over on the Challenge website, where you can make a prediction as to who you think will make it all of the way, and you get some points as to how many predictions you get right. I will need to make a substitute, actually. Let me quickly sort the substitute out for that side of things as well. Report scores. No, I need to match details and do a substitute. How does one substitute on Challenge? How does one substitute on Challenge? That's a good question. You should be able to. There are the participants list. There we go. Let me find Tipster and go substitute with Ralph, the Lupine 1. There we go. So now Tipster's position has been swapped out on the Challenge side of things, in theory. Go to the bracket. That should now be up to date. Yes, it is. There we go. So now Ralph has taken Tipster's position in game number 2, though he's played as game number 3 tonight. I don't think you'll need to do any resubmissions, though if you can make an alteration to predictions, you can do so, I think, if it's available. I don't know. I can't remember how Challenge works.
Bit of Eurovision I see Nash.
What was I saying? Is the mouse going? Oh, yeah, that mouse. It'd be nice if that mouse did make an appearance. Yes, thank you for the bits.
The winners advance on in the competition. The losers will have to prepare a lip sync for your life and impress Sash. However, it will not save you from elimination.
Yeah, elimination is a certainty, but we have a bit of fun at the very least with the lip sync. But thank you for the 100 bits there, Puzzle and Sportsy as well. Thank you for all of your support there. And thank you, Tipster, for cheering from the sidelines. Yeah, unfortunately, not been doing particularly well, but has to withdraw from tonight's proceedings. So unfortunately, will not be making any further participation in the tournament proper. But you did qualify, Tipster, so you still get the rights to that prize, I do believe, if memory serves on the rules. Match 1 is ready, in which case then I will not dilly-dally any further, since I did have this scheduled to start at 10 past. So I will bring them in a moment. Let's go over to our first quarter-final duel for tonight. It is going to be Shapes versus Claire. Let's quietly drag you over here. At Bash Pride, thank you for the 36th-month resub there, Brisby, at the introduction of our players there. Thank you for all of that. So very well timed. Good evening to Shapes and good evening to Claire. Welcome to you two for this first quarter-final duel of the tournament. Shapes, how are you feeling this evening?
Oh, pretty nervous. A little bit sort of still slightly out of my head. I had endoscopic surgery about 4 hours ago.
Oh, fantastic!
Not endodontic surgery. Sorry.
Endodontic. Okay, fair enough. So of the teeth then. How did that go? I hope you're feeling okay from that. Oh, are you there, Shapes? Are you there, Claire?
I'm here.
Okay, you there, Shapes?
I had a I got buffering.
You got buffering? Oh, hang on.
I can't see the screen.
Yeah, I've had buffering
either.
Let's do that, and hopefully you're fine. We'll see.
Yes, good.
Doing okay there, Shapes? Are you okay on voice? Uh-oh. It's going well for deal number 4, deal number 1 tonight. Goodness me. While Shapes is sorting stuff out, Claire, good evening to you. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thank you.
Welcome on in. It's been an interesting journey for you here because you just sort of secured your position from episode 1 and then just went, I'll just chill. Oh, hello.
We had a bit of Shapes.
We had a bit of Shapes just then. Are you there, Shapes, or are we in Delayville?
Green.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, let's see if... Oh.
This didn't happen in the green room. It was all tickety-boo in there.
All tickety-boo, or just play in the green room then, I suppose. We'll just go barging in and say hi to score. But yeah, Clay, you've just been sort of chilling back after episode 1 performance. You ended with a dual score of 829. You did play a little bit at the end there, but I
kept listening to your streams. I'm actually so it's very handy, lucky that I was able to do the one that got me in, and then I was able to pick it up again. But yeah, fortunate that. And I've obviously put this in my diary as soon as I knew.
Fantastic.
Made sure I was free today, moved some work around so that I didn't have to work at this time, etc. So,
So yeah, episode 1 winner. You were third place in the warm-up duel. You ended up with 1 chip there, and then you played out two lots of 3-question duels. One versus Topper, where you ended with a full stack, and one versus Shapes. So this is a rematch of sorts, essentially, where you had 8 chips still at the end. Shapes also did have 8 chips at the end, but you survived that question. So yeah, how are you feeling going into this rematch? This is the only rematch so far in the tournament. So yeah, what's your expectations like, Claire?
Well, I'll keep my personal tactics hidden now, but like I feel the same as I did before in that I think Shapes has got some extremely strong subjects that I don't have, and so like I know what I need to do, and yeah. Well, if he keeps disappearing from the stream, then it'll be a lot easier for me.
It would be a little bit easier for you, yeah, although I really don't want to have to do any more substitutions at this point. But we'll see how it all goes. Are you going to be employing any different strategies to how you play that? Because obviously you were in a 3-question duel previously. We don't want that to happen again here in the quarters.
No. And so the last one that I watched and took part in, when you're not playing for real, you kind of get a bit of slapdash and maybe don't try and cover everything, and so it kind of doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't want to crash out before I have run out of chips. Basically, I think that's.
Yeah, that makes sense. That totally makes sense there. Where has Shapes disappeared to? I was really not expecting all of this. I mean, normally it's like the tech issues on my end, but there seems to be all sorts of things going on where everybody else is. Well, I'll just have to keep panning for time, I suppose. If you manage to get through this duel against Shapes, how do you reckon your chances next down the line then, which is going to be either BC or Samstar, if I remember rightly?
Yeah, that looks right. I think the thing about those two is that they are proven incredibly fast thinkers and fast quizzers. So I think I feel slow compared to everyone, to be fair, but those two are super fast. So,
well, we have seen from other players in the qualifiers, players that play on a much more gentler side of things do quite well. So it doesn't have to be all about the rush plays, though obviously those accelerators do a lot of damage when played very well. Right, Shapes, I think we've got you back. Are you there?
I hope so.
Welcome back, Shapes. We've just sort of been padding for time while you've been sorting out tech issues. My
computer's been completely fine until I came into the other Discord room, and then it decided to start padding. So I've got my work laptop on standby if any more badness happens.
Fantastic.
But, hopefully.
At the very least, mobile phones will play the game itself on the actual website is a minimum. But yeah, hopefully we should be all right at this point. Anyway, we were sort of saying earlier on that this is a rematch of sorts because you both came through on episode number 1, though yourself, Shapes, you didn't get through on a winning position. You've come through here on dual score through the wildcard positions. So yeah, in your episode 1, you were actually first place in the warm-up with a single chip. You played against Oren, again, a 3-question duel there, but you lost to Claire in the final. And yeah, you are an entrant via the wild card route. How do you reckon your chances then in this rematch versus Claire?
It's difficult to say because our game was over really quickly last time. There wasn't much there wasn't much data points to go on.
That's very, very true. Are you going to potentially change how you play this duel based off of the fact that it was only 3 questions long in both your semi and episode final back then?
Probably, yeah. I'm going to sort of be a bit more sort of considered over the questions and try and find the way to the answer if it's not immediately apparent.
Fair enough. Well, I think our players are all ready. I've updated the website, so you now should be able to join the game proper. I'm going to start the tournament on Challenge, which means now all the predictions have been locked in, and I'm going to officially start this game off on that website as well.
As Francophones, we both appreciate the challenge.
Challenge. That's the only way to pronounce it, and you can't convince me in any other way. It has to be pronounced as challenge. Anyway, as a quick reminder for those watching along who haven't seen this before, each of our players, they start off with 10 chips, 3 minutes of thinking time, and of course those 2 accelerators, of which, well, we didn't see any of those happen in your duels, so they're kind of a foreign object to you, but hopefully you can make good use of them in this duel tonight. I think I'm about ready to go, so Shapes, you ready to play?
Yes.
Claire, are you ready to play?
Yes.
I think everything has been updated on my end, that we're all ready to go, so we're good to go on this front, and if we're all ready, then good luck, and let's duel. Okay, here we go, good luck. Here is question number 1. Of what scientific principle did Albert Einstein allegedly say, sit with a pretty girl for an hour and it feels like a minute, sit on a hot stove for a minute and it feels like many hours? Is it quarks, quantum mechanics, string theory, or relativity? Everyone joining along in the audience, you're just playing for a bit of fun here. There's nothing at risk. Nothing on the line, as it were. You just play along for a bit of fun to see how you would have done versus our quarter-finalists here. You both happy with this one, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? Think so? Drop the screen, let's see what's happened. Both with a single chip answer down on D, relativity. Both players pretty happy with their response there. Absolutely right answer, yeah, relativity. Nothing to worry about there. The quote has sort of adapted over time because it's... I think originally it wasn't even written by Albert Einstein. It was attributed to him from one of his peers because he just got so irritated by people bothering him about these kind of questions. So yeah, it has been attributed to him and then changed over time, but it very much still fits to his manner. And relativity, yes, the correct answer on that one. No changes. 10 chips still a piece. Only a few seconds off the clock. Let's move on to question number 2. In the original Pac-Man arcade game, how many pellets must Pac-Man eat per level? Is it 24, 244, 2,444, 24,444? Shapes is in. And Claire is in. Okay. Do you know this one, Shapes?
I don't. I don't know it exactly. I'm just hoping that the options being orders of magnitude apart has means that the other 3 can't be right.
You're sort of playing this more like a relativity question, then.
Yes. But
what do you reckon about Claire, though? Do you think she knows this, or at least can reason to it?
I think if not knowing it outright, she'll be able to work this out. Just because, at least one of the answers is obviously too small, and sort of working out where the others are. It's easy enough to work out if they're also too small, or just imagining sort of what the size of the grid for each of these numbers would be.
All right, let's drop the screen, see where you played. So both of you agreed on 244, that's your only answer there, Shapes. And Claire, you did hesitate and go with 24 as well. Why did you go with those 2 answers, Claire?
Oh, I don't know. It's obviously not 24. 24. Like, the number... No, not even number 3. I don't know. It's just, yeah. It as if you imagine the grid, like Shape said, 244 is the logical answer.
You think you just played a bit too conservatively there, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, at least you're making sure you get the right answer, though. Yes, it was indeed 244, specifically 240 regular pellets and 4 power pellets that exist in the corners of the level, used for eating ghosts until you hit the levels where that's physically impossible, but, you know, details and all that. So, Shapes, you're still on 10. Claire, you're down to 9, but it's still very early on in the duel. Anything can still happen. Let's move on to question number 3. I'm sure both of you are going to love this one. Which is the only day of the week that has the same first letter in both English and French? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday? Both players are in, and we've got a sub from Prey, who says nom. I don't know if that's a French word. Is nom a French word?
Nom, N-O-M.
Oh, is it like name, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, like nom de plume.
Yeah, nom de plume, yeah. There you go. Name to you too, Prey. Thank you for the 22-month resub. Yeah, I think this says this is meant for the last question. Ah, that makes more sense now. But either way, we get in earlier, Prey. So yeah, we've got some francophones here on this English and French question. So I'm hoping both of them are played exactly the same way. And I have indeed played the same way here, both going on D Saturday. Claire, do you all reel off the days here?
Yeah. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. So samedi is Saturday.
Samedi is Saturday. Yeah, perfect answer. And I thank you to David for providing all of the pronunciation guides for all those names there. I didn't need it. I've got 2 francophones here. I'll let them do the job. Do the job instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, Samedi for Saturday. All the others do not start with the same letter. So nice question for you there. As it stands, it's still 10 plays 9. Oh yeah, David, cry face. All that work for nothing. It's just how I go sometimes. Anyway, we move on. Question number 4. Racing through this duel here. How about this one? The Vanilla Ice song, Ice Ice Baby, samples the bass line from which song? Radio Gaga. Oh, that was fast for both of you. Under Pressure, Kind of Magical, We Will Rock You. Oh, that's a good point, Tip. You're both past question 3.
This is uncharted territory for both of us.
What do we do now?
Both players very quick in, and I must say a lot of audience players also very quick in on this one. Let's have a quick look to see where you've gone. Both not really feeling the pressure on Under Pressure here on B. Yeah, Shapes, why do you go with B?
Dun, 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 dun.
Fantastic! Between the two of you, you've got the remix there. Yeah, absolutely. Under Pressure was the correct answer. Yeah, the one-hit wonder never paid any royalties until it became a one-hit wonder. At which point, then there was some out-of-court settlements and a writing credit added instead. So there you go. They're not the same, says Oni in chat. Yeah, I know. Shapes and Claire release an album when, says Topper. Maybe we do some like music quiz live action or something over on Ben's side of things and get you to do a category. We're going to get you to do the Quizmas number 1. Either way. But B was the correct answer. Clearly you don't want to do that. As it currently stands, Shapes still with a full complement of chips. 10 there with 2 minutes and 42. Claire, you're down to 9 chips, 2 minutes and 43 seconds. So it's only 1 second in it. And you still haven't touched your accelerators, though. You've been locking in really fast. So why bother with the accelerators? Let's move on to the heady heights of question number 5.
Wow.
In what decade did Czechoslovakia officially dissolve into the Czech Republic and the Slovak Republic? Was it the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, or the noughties? Both players are in. Shapes a few seconds ahead of Claire. Oh, Eurocentric knowledge going on here. Claire, you feeling confident on this one?
I think I've covered it. I hope.
Sounding a bit hesitant.
No.
You think you covered it? But yeah, I'm a bit hesitant going on there.
I don't remember when this happened. I was trying to triangulate it with Czechoslovakia being part of like football tournaments and stuff, but then I realised I don't know anything about that either.
Right.
So I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? How do you think Shapes has put down though?
Oh, he'll have got it. He'll have got it in one.
He'll have got it in one, you say. Well, let's drop the screen. Well, he's put one down on the 1990s. You both agreed on that decade, but you've also, Claire, gone with the 2000s. We'll go to Shapes here. Why do you say the 1990s?
I remember being very annoying in secondary school once because someone was talking about Czechoslovakia in a football tournament, and I went, "No, Czechoslovakia secessed in 1993." I'm really hoping I was right then.
Well, if you're right in saying it was 1993, then we do continue on in this duel regular. But if it's the 2000s, then Claire will be moving on to the semi-finals on Friday. Now, however, if it's A or B, the 70s or the 80s, then we end this duel in regulation mode and we'll go to a sudden death question to determine who wins. The correct answer is... It is the 1990s, specifically. The Velvet Divorce of, I have it written down as 1992, but Mai has said it's the 1st of January 1993, so around that time. But yeah, that followed the 1989 Velvet Revolution and was notably rather peaceful, especially in the context of nearby Yugoslavia, as it says here. So yeah, the 1990s was the correct answer on C. Means, Shapes, you still have your full complement of 10. Now, Claire, you are down to 8, so you're behind by 2 at this point in the game, and a couple of seconds as well. How are you feeling, Claire?
That's what I was expecting to be at at this point. I'm glad we're both here. I'm glad, I just want to be asked questions. Just I'm very happy that we're here being asked questions. It's all good.
And Shapes, you do still have the advantage. You still have all 10 chips in hand as well. How are you feeling at this point?
Yeah, I'm happy that I've managed to go further than I did last time and still be in and still have the chips.
Cool. Well, we are getting into the heady heights of double your previous duel. Question number 6 is about to come in, and you might need to do some math. Across Season 5 of Duel so far, there have been 16 questions with numerical or ordinal answers, including this one. What percentage of these questions have had their answer be neither the highest nor the lowest number? 0%, 60%, 75%, or 100%? Across Season 5 of Duel so far, there have been 16 questions with numerical or ordinal answers, including this one. What percentage of these questions an accelerator played from Claire? Which percentage of these questions have had their answer be neither highest nor lowest? Oh no, game theory. Well, it's interesting because we're applying, it's like probability, and we're also applying the game theory of the actual duel in play as well, all at the same time. It's kind of on 2 levels deep at this point. Claire, you press the advantage there on the accelerator. First of all, congratulations on pressing an accelerator.
I know, again, new things. I'm so excited.
Now, do you think the accelerator did the damage? Do you think Shapes has put too many chips down, maybe?
Well, if he could put more than 4 down, that would be great.
That would be great. You can't, unfortunately, in this game. It's not the drop. But do you think he has covered all 4 then?
Well, I'll be honest. I don't understand the question. I can't make it. I'm too panicked for it to get in. So I just wanted to make him feel the same way.
Okay. Let's drop the screen and see where you've gone. So Claire has covered everything. You're guaranteed safe through the question, but you will be losing 3 chips. Shapes, you've only covered B 60% and C 75%. Why did you play just those 2?
I'm trying to work out exactly what the sort of mechanism is, and it must somehow depend on the fact that this question is potentially going to determine, is at this point unknown in terms of what the answer is, and is therefore potentially going to determine that the figure is going to be somewhere close, but not at this point known. So which would mean surely the 60 and the 75 being close together, it would be one of those. Because I was trying initially to begin with to remember some of these other questions, and yeah, I couldn't there either. So I may well have overlooked something completely and done the same thing I seem to always do in Duel of just not do a 4-chip cover when I don't know the exact answer.
Well, basically, what we've asked. Oh, sorry, Claire, go on.
I was going to say, so I'm now looking at it going, okay, it can't be 0 because that would be included in that question.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be the lowest number, so that would be more than 0%. So I covered one there, but I didn't understand.
Potentially, yeah.
The rest of it I don't understand.
Well, in a sort of roundabout way, we're kind of asking her middle option question mark here, or third answer, as a lot of people would also say, and how many of them have been such case. But you actually don't need to know any of the previous questions, really, other than maybe the ones that have already happened in this duel so far. That's all you need to do in order to be able to logic this out, because as you say, 0% couldn't possibly be right. 60% doesn't even make sense in being divisible by 16. It's not. So we're not rounding any percentages here. These are exact percentages, so it couldn't possibly be that either. The correct answer was C, 75%. They say 0 can be ruled out from the previous questions today. 100% would be paradoxical in this context, and 60% of 16 would require 9.6 questions to have been answered. And yes, it has been exactly 12 of 16 as of this question of our questions with numerical answers that have been from the middle 2 questions. Next thing you know, the question writers will start metagaming themselves. So we're game theorying the question writing at this point.
Is that healthy?
Well. I don't know if that's healthy or not, but we've only got one more episode to deal with. But it is as easy as that, he says. But hey, this is the nature of Duel. You got those chips for hesitation. You both got it right, though hesitation value was slightly different. Shapes, you are down to 9 chips of your opening 10. Claire, you're down to 5 chips. You're down to halfway points, getting to that point where you can't necessarily cover everything. You still can right now, but if you start spending too many chips, then you won't be able to cover all possible answers. Shapes, 4 chip advantage at this point. You feeling good?
I am. I wasn't expecting it to go to be going this well.
Well, I mean, yeah, it has gone very well so far, but it all takes just one question. It could easily flip the other way, though Claire has used one of their accelerators so far. Let's continue this duel on. Yes, there are numbers bigger than 6. Question number 7 is the following. Often described as the father of modern economics, who wrote The Wealth of Nations, where he uses the metaphor of an invisible hand? Adam Smith, Karl Marx, Milton Friedman, John Maynard Keynes. Got a lock in from Claire and a lock in from Shapes. And they have locked our answer down. What do you think, Shapes? What do you think Claire's done?
She was in very quickly. I think she might have selected an answer, taken a couple of seconds to sort of go over it and check, and then sort of locked it straight in.
Claire, what do you think Shape's done here?
I think he knows it, so I think he's carefully thought about it and gone for one.
Let's drop the screen. Well, neither of you know it, but you have agreed in your not knowing it. Both of you have gone with 2 chips on A and D, Adam Smith and John Maynard Keynes, leaving Karl Marx and Milton Friedman clear. What was your logic here then, Claire?
So when it was coming off, I was like, is that Keynes? Is it Keynes? It sounds a bit like it sounds like, I don't know, father, be older than that. And then Adam Smith came up along. I've definitely had Smith be an answer when Keynes wasn't, so I thought it might be him. And then I didn't want to let go of Keynes.
Okay. Shapes, you agreed with Adam Smith and John Maynard Keynes. What was your logic going into this?
I've basically followed exactly the same path as Claire, but in reverse. I was thinking Adam Smith when it came up, then saw the other 2 answers. I was pretty sure, because they came much later, that Marx and Friedman couldn't be right, but Keynes could be. And just the things I could say, ascribe to Smith specifically are the other things, like the division of labour stuff in pin manufacturing, the stuff that was on the back of the old £20 notes. And Keynes, basically all I know is he's sort of the advocate of what we broadly know as the free market.
Okay.
So I think if he said invisible hand in that, I think is part of that, but whether he came up with that, it's the concept of the market sorting itself out without external intervention. But I can't remember if that's what he named or if that existed as a concept and he then sort of applied his interpretation of that to what was already there.
Mm-hmm. So you've both agreed here, so you're either continuing on in regular play or going to sudden death. The correct answer is... It was A. It was Adam Smith. Yes, the invisible hand, according to Smith, is the free market, sometimes creating incentives for people who are acting in a self-interested manner to act in a way that benefits everyone. Some say the hand is so invisible that it has yet to be found. Thank you, question writer. Yes, A, Adam Smith was the correct answer, both going the right way, both losing a chip
I can
there.
safely go back to my day job.
So, Shapes, you're down to 8. Claire, you are down to 4 chips. That means, Claire, you can only cover all the answers once remaining. Any more expenditure at this point, and you're going to risk being able to cover all of them at this point. All right, next up, question number 8 of this duel is the following. What colour is the car that Superman holds aloft on the front cover of Action Comics issue number 1? Red, blue, black or green? Shapes in and accelerating. Claire is in. Accelerator didn't take much time there. But Shapes electing to play one there. Congratulations, Shapes, on playing your first accelerator of the tournament.
Thank you.
Do you think it did the damage?
Oh, I will have to see there. Claire was in quite quickly afterwards, so I think I might not have provoked any additional chips there. I think that the time between when I started the accelerator and when she did, when Claire submitted her answer, that might have been the amount of time before she clicked submit anyway.
Claire, what do you think about Shapes here? Do you think he knows this or is just going for a rush?
I think he's going for a rush. I don't know, because I don't actually know what Shapes knows about Action Comics and Superman. But I don't know that he knows it, so I think he's just trying to...
Stop the screen and see where you've gone. Wow, look at this. So it was a rush play from Shapes. Claire, you've gone with a single chip on C. We'll go to Shapes first. Not any clear on this one, just wanted to try and push your advantage?
Basically, yes. I'm assuming that this is a sort of quite iconic image, and that if you've seen it, you'd remember it. But I don't know if I have. And not having seen it, I mean, any of them could be right.
All right. Well, Claire has got one chip confident here, going with C black. Claire, why have you gone with black?
Because I wanted to save the rest of my chips, and I was thinking of like Model T Ford. You can have it in any colour. Black.
Oh, that's a good point. Actually, yeah.
I can't work out when the year, what colour the cars come in. But I don't know.
So going for a bit of chip economy, since you are running low on chips here. If you are right, this will be a massive swing in your favour. It will bring the difference between you just to one chip. 5 plays 4. The answer is C black. If it's anything else, though, Shapes is the winner of this duel. Correct answer is... It's D, green, and it is the end of the duel.
That was the one I was toying with leaving.
Really? You're going to leave green off?
Because
I thought
man has red, blue, and black in his attire, doesn't he?
Let's get you an image of Action Comics #1, apparently on Amazon, which is a thing. Let's get a not Amazon page, please.
How much is it?
No, I'm not going to tell you. Let me get you this image.
You can buy it with your winnings.
Here you go. Open image in new tab. Here it is. Action Comics #1.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, okay.
It's a big old green car that is holding aloft there on a yellow background. That is the front page of Action Comics #1.
38.
Now seeing that, I'm wondering, is that the one that Mad Villain video is possibly making an allusion to? Because the colour scheme of that with the yellow background looks familiar now.
I imagine there probably would be a few references out there in the wider world. The information I have listed here is Superman lifts the car to save Lois Lane, who is kidnapped inside for the first time on August 24th, 2014. A copy of Action Comics #1 was sold on eBay for just over $3 million.
Oh, cool.
Fantastic. Well, there's a lot of money in that there. But yeah, it was a green car on the cover there. Means at the end of this duel, it is Shapes who is the victor, will be advancing through to the semi-finals on Friday. Congratulations, Shapes. How do you feel?
Really excited to be coming back. A little bit shocked. I wasn't expecting it to be on this question. I thought Claire going quite confidently on one chip there. I thought we were going to at least another question after this.
I mean, it certainly looked very confident with the lock in there. Hence, I was sort of trying to play it as straight as possible rather than saying that it was going to lead to an end there. Claire, yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't a black car. I mean, the contrast potentially could lead it to think it could be black, though. But that's the game. Just playing the chip economy a bit too hard there. Maybe some earlier chip loss there, leading to this point. Maybe you could have saved yourself. I don't know. But either way, Claire, how do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I feel fine. That was fun. Always fun playing against Shapes, and obviously you've done really well. Good knowledge, and
GG.
Go and smash the rest of them. Literally, please. Yeah,
just going to verify the results there on the challenge bracket there. Shapes has won 5 chips to nothing. That there is the end of that duel proper. And Claire, unfortunately, that is the end of your tournament proceedings. But you still win the £5 from earlier on. So easily can get that sorted at some point over the weekend there. So congratulations on your win in the tournament. And thank you for participating. Shapes, we'll see you on Friday for your next part in the semi-finals. It's going to be versus either Ben or Samster, who are about to play in a moment. Who would you want to play coming up next, Shapes?
Oh, God, it's a terrifying prospect either way, isn't it? I mean, Samster is technically my boss, so that would be even more difficult that way. So, yeah, I'm going to have to sort of watch their game today and sort of see if I can glean anything from whoever wins it that I can try and put to advantage on Friday.
Indeed. Strategize. Well, until then, take care. Shapes, we'll see you on Friday. And Claire, thank you very much for playing. We will see you on another stream in the future. Take care, both of you, and have a good evening.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, good night. And then there were 7. Claire, unfortunately, falling foul of a green car there on Action Comics #1. That's just one deal down. We've got 3 more to play out. Next up will be Ben versus Sapster in the arena. You are more than welcome to join along and have a play along if you wish to do so. The room code on this one is VQFB over on the website there. Let me have a quick look at the predictions to see what people predicted on that particular game. Let's have a look. Do we actually have a result on that? Looks like most of the predictions did predict that direction, that was the way that the duel was going to go. There were, I think, just 5 predictions that went the other way out of the 18 that locked in. I think that's it. Yeah, 18 predictions? So yes, 18 predictions got locked in. Only 5 predicted the other way around, predicted that Claire would win, but it went Shapes' way instead. Do we have a Sapster around? It's time to move on to our second duel this evening. We have got a Ben currently in the green room. I've got myself all set up ready to go for our next quarter-final. Sapster's scared. I mean, he's right to be. BC winner of the finish line. Is a Sapster currently online? I hope he is. He's green and everything, so he should be alright. There he is. He's in the green room now. Get them all sound checked and then we'll be good to go momentarily for our second quarter final today. I hope you're doing well out there and enjoying your time, enjoying this stream. We've still got 3 more deals to play out, and yeah, we will continue on. We are all good to go. All right, in which case then, let me press the magic button and we'll go into game number 2 tonight. It will be Ben playing against Sapster in quarterfinal number 2. Good evening, Ben, and good evening, Sam. Welcome to the quarter-final stages. Ben, good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Very well indeed. I think we've passed the original tech jitters and that, but we're in a nice even flow now, and we should be all good at this point. But yeah, Ben coming through here as episode 2 winner in the tournament. You gained first place from the warm-up game with 2 chips still in hand. You played off against Tipster, beating him in question 7, and you played off against AB Me, ending in a sudden death and surviving that sudden death. That is how you managed to get here this evening. So how do you reckon your chances then in the quarterfinal stages?
I mean, I know I'm not the favourite in this lineup. It's a case of hopefully if I take it far enough, then sort of like just one mistake will come up at some point. I think sort of my best advantage is probably going to have to be accelerator play to try and like burn chips as best as possible, because I think Sam knows more than I probably do across the board.
Yeah. So you do also have the distinction here of already have beating 2 players in the finals right now, though I think one of them has now swapped out, so that factoid has already fallen foul of extra information. But you have sort of the most experience against the players already still in, or at least he did have until that changed. And
I've never lost, because technically I've never had anyone else beat me in a center stage duel, because the last season which happened, like, it ended essentially in draw territory. So nobody's ever won against me where it's like So I still have that going for me, at least
Absolutely.
for maybe the next 30 minutes or so.
Well, we'll see how it all goes and wish you the best of luck here in the centre stage. Samster, good evening to you. How you doing?
Good evening. I'm good. Thank you for asking.
No worries. Welcome on in. So yeah, you are episode 3 winner through that means. You gained first place from the warm-up with 4 chips still in hand in that warm-up. You defeated Alice on a sudden death question at question number 12, and you also defeated Colo at question number 9 to get to this point. Yeah. I mean, that's quite a strong performance from your warm-up there, Bo. I think you said at the time that was quite a comfortable set of questions to go your way.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been anywhere near on any of the other sets, so it just happened that that set seemed to sort of suit me more than the others. So, and here I am.
And here you are with a total of 940 duel score, puts you at 6th place on the seed. How well do you reckon your chances here against Ben, who was actually 3rd seed with 962 duel score? So the difference is only 22 duel score at the end there. How do you reckon your chances, Sam?
It will very much depend on what comes up, I think, because I think we have very different interests. So if it suits him more, then he will smash me up. If it suits me more, I think I'll be able to come as the winner. But yeah, Ben's going to be tough. There'll be mind games, I'm sure. There'll be accelerators used. And I'll just have to try and play the game, as always.
I'm going to be surprised if there's a smashing in either direction. And certainly, I think the interesting thing is the last thing we both played, which I believe was Data Leak on Saturday night. We both finished on the same score in that.
Yes, actually, I had forgot about that. But yeah, that's true. That is correct.
You've been tracking your previous performance to get to this point as well. Okay, interesting. Well, we'll see how it all goes. It does seem to be gearing up for quite a mega duel here, but we'll see how it all goes. And Tips is saying, having sat across from Ben, yeah, they're an incredibly strategic player. I mean, data science, exactly, and also you see the stuff that he does on the game shows as well, and absolutely metagames the hell out of that. So he will do that, and we'll see if all of that strategy will pay off in tonight's duel. I have updated the website, so you should now be able to refresh and get to the game screen proper. Ben, are you ready to play? And Sam, are you ready to play?
I'm ready.
In which case then, let's duel. Good luck. Here comes question number 1. Which of these capital cities is not in a country that has a 1-syllable name in English? N'Djamena, Athens, Caracas, Vientiane. Let's get the pronunciation there on that one. Lock in from Ben. Which of these capital cities is not in a country that has a 1-syllable name in English? And lock in from Sam.
Even after I lock in, I'm just like,
So both players taking a bit of time here to settle in on question number 1. You happy where you ended up there, Ben?
I think I am. Unless you show me he's played one chip on a different answer, and then the answer is, oh no, it's ending early.
As he says, stalling for time. Sam, you feel confident with your answer?
Fairly confident. Not 100% on one of the countries, but I think I know what the answer definitely is, so I think I'm okay.
All right, let's drop the screen.
Oh, thank goodness.
Both of you got with a single chip on C. Caracas. I had to pull out a bit of tension there, you know. Ben, why did you go with Caracas?
From memory, it's Venezuela. Of the other ones, obviously, Athens is Greece. I think D is Laos, I want to say. And then I don't actually recognise A. I haven't got to that in the list of capitals yet, but I'm sure I will eventually.
Do you want to fill in that blank, Sam?
I think it's Chad. It was D that I wasn't sure about, so between us, we've filled those out, I think.
We filled it in, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, seem to have gotten it between the two of you there, and Ben just sort of working backwards from, well, Venezuela, that's not 1 syllable, so that must be the answer, right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Caracas, C, the capital of Venezuela, and the others, N'Djamena, that's Chad, Athens, Greece, and Vientiane, that is Laos. All that information, absolutely right. Zeus in chat. Perfect team. They should go on a show together. How about Pointless?
We'll see.
I had a really good friend who did like Pointless, and they just got 2 horrible questions on it. Like the 2 times they went on, I was like, it's one of those ones where you could get an absolutely rough draw.
You can get a right stinker,
really
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see, and we will take your suggestion there, Zeus. Though I have no means on the casting call there, so don't know what kind of merit that is, but here you go. Either way, both of you getting that right. 10 chips still intact. Let's move on to question number 2. In a popular social media post on the 19th of May 2025, what was Cookie Monster seen eating? A blue letter F, a green letter L, a yellow letter X, or a red letter N? Locking from Ben. In a popular social media post on the 19th of May 2025, what was Cookie Monster seen eating? Locking from Sam. And both players are in. Ben, do you think Sam knows this?
He was hesitating a bit long. If it was only happened 2 days ago, he's hesitated a bit long if he actually knows it.
Sam, do you think Ben knows this?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's drop the screen. So are you gone? Both a single chip on D, a red letter N. Sam, why do you go with D?
I didn't actually know it, and I had X down for a while, thinking, it was probably a tweet on X. But then I was thinking, why is it yellow X? And then it clicked that N, being in red, is probably Netflix. So I'm assuming there's some sort of Netflix deal that I wasn't aware of, but that's what I'm putting my one and only chip on.
Being very confident then on that answer from your process of elimination.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to be against Ben. It makes the most sense. The others, I don't really see why they would be there. If it was a blue letter X, I might have been a bit more tempted with that, but it being yellow, it just doesn't make a lot of sense being anything else, I think.
Well, you've both gone with the red letter N. The correct answer is indeed a red letter N. Yes, Cookie Monster ate the red letter N of the Netflix logo. Da-dum. It was part of an announcement that new episodes of Sesame Street are coming to Netflix later this year. And the 4 question options spell out NFLX, the Nasdaq stock market sticker code for Netflix, though it didn't come in that particular order. But yeah, all 4 options there, spelling out the Nasdaq stock market code there. So a little bit of extra nugget there from David. Thank you for that question. Both players still doing incredibly well, 10 chips apiece. Let's keep moving on. Next question, question number 3. Read this one. What nickname is often given to the basin, officially named Tombo Regio? Pluto's diamond, Pluto's spade, Pluto's club, Pluto's heart. This time Sam in first, Ben taking a bit of time. What name is often given to the basin, officially named Tombo Regio? And locking from Ben. Sam, what do you think Ben's done here?
I think he's probably gone for one. He was trying to bait me out into using an accelerator.
Okay. Is that true, Ben?
No, not this time.
Not this time, as you will see as we drop the screen. It's a bit of uncertainty over on Ben's side. He has covered absolutely everything. Means he's guaranteed safe through at the expense of those other 3 chips. So couldn't work this one out there, Ben.
I did reckon, probably makes the most sense for, it to be heart, but honestly, if I look at it, I haven't come across this before. There's been answers in the previous duels which have ended up surprising me, and, can I safely... I was thinking, if I'm going to remove some, probably B, probably C, but it's I could get caught out, and to be honest, there's no point going out with 10 chips in hand, so I think it's... I'm happy enough as to play. I've just decided to leave all 4 on this time.
Sam, you went with a single chip on Pluto's heart. You confident with that answer then?
I think so. There's a famous iconic image of Pluto and it's got a heart outline, so I think it's referring to that.
Well, if you are right, then this duel continues on. If it's anything else, then Ben is the winner of this duel and will advance through to the semi-finals. The correct answer is... It is D, Pluto's heart, yes, and that famous image, let's get at least a variation of that image there. There is Tombow Ratio there on the bottom right of the image, and yeah, very much distinctly in the shape of a heart, hence why it was sort of dubbed as Pluto's heart back in 2015, if memory serves on that one there, yes. After New Horizons captured incredible photographs during a flyby almost 10 years ago. So yeah, Pluto's heart, correct answer on that one, and means, Sam, you're still on your 10 chips, but Ben, at least getting through the correct answer there, but at the expense of 3 chips, you are down to 7. How are you feeling at the moment, Ben?
You know what? Happy enough I covered all of them, because I thought it was somewhere on Earth, and it was some sort of water thing, or lake. So the fact that it's even on the planet, it's you know what? That was definitely not a good reason to just cover all 4.
Fair enough. Well, a very wise decision then, just a bit of a knowledge gap, but now you know. And you never know, could it have a swing the other way momentarily? Sam, how are you feeling now that you've got the chip advantage?
Slightly more confident, but I know how quickly this game turns. It only takes a question and then you're out. So
absolutely. Well, as it stands, you have 3 chips lead. Let's continue on to question number 4 of the duel. In 2001, which of these authors published a book which could easily be mistaken for a biographical account of a mathematical constant? Khaled Hosseini, Rick Riordan, Marcus Zusak, Jan Martel. In 2001, which of these authors published a book which could easily be mistaken for a biographical account, put my teeth in, of a mathematical constant? Khaled Hosseini, Rick Riordan, Marcus Zusak, Jan Martel.
Well, I don't feel great about this slogan, but sure. This is very uncomfortable.
Taking a long time to get there, Ben.
This implies you think I've got there.
You still not confident?
No, I don't think so here. I think I've reasoned it as best I can here. But this is far from me feeling certain I'm through to the next question. I know Samstra is, given how quick he's locked that in.
Are you, Sam? Are you happy?
Yeah, I think so. Unless it's a trick and the book that I'm thinking of didn't actually get published in 2001, but surely they wouldn't be that mean.
Surely. Let's drop the screen and see where you played.
Oh, thank goodness.
So Sam has put a chip down, and only a chip down on Jan Martel on option D. Ben, you also played a chip on Rick Riordan along with Jan Martel, B and D. How did you come to eliminating it down to those 2, or was it really just a pure random guess and you're just trying to hold for chip economy?
No, it's not been pure guessing this time, so I want to say the top one. I I want to say they did the Kite Runner, and then there was another book of like 1,000 Suns, but I don't remember them doing one which was like anything I think of as a mathematical constant. And then the only reason I've left C off is assuming that Samsters locked this in so quickly, and therefore it's something which is knowable. I've never heard of C, but there's very vague bells of like B&D are more recognizable authors. So if he's seen this, I'm sort of went for it's gonna be one of those two he's picked. It's less likely he's picked one that I've never heard of, because I feel like I would have come across it in some way if he's knowing this and also knowing it's Q4. So there's been a little bit of like meta trying to guess what Samster's done here and sort of how I've answered.
Maybe I need to start answering slower.
Even me at the bottom here say, good old closest to the lock button strats here. Sam, you did go with a single chip on D. Jan Martell. Why did you go with Jan?
I think McReardon's the Percy Jackson guy. I guess it could kind of be that one, but Marcus Zusak did Book Thief, and I don't know him from anything else, but Jan Martell did The Life of Pi, which is a mathematical constant.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense now.
I'm very much slightly doubting myself that it was 2001, but...
I can't see it. Now you've said it, I don't think, in my mind, it can't be anything else.
Yeah, it would be very mean if that's not what it is.
Because it's also saying biographical account, which makes sense for the word life in it. Yeah. So, yeah, that's got to be right.
It's got to be right. It's got to be right, innit?
Yeah.
It is correct. D. Jan Martell, author of The Life of Pi, or just Life of Pi. All the other information you listed was correct there. Zusak is best known for The Book Thief, Hosseini, The Kite Runner, and Riordan, the Percy Jackson series, all covered there from your perusings. And Jan Martell, correct answer. Means, Ben, you lose one more chip. Sam, you are still on your full complement of 10, so you now have a 4-chip lead as it currently stands, and also quite a big time advantage as well. Ben, you're down to 1 minute and 31 seconds. Sam, you still have 2 minutes and 13 seconds at this point in the game. Ben, how are you feeling at this point now?
Mentally, I'm taking the last question. I've managed to save 2 chips there as like a win, even though I've actually net lost one. I'm viewing it as a win, and I think that helps.
Thinking positive terms, yeah, absolutely. Sam, you have a whole kind of cover everything answers lead at this point right now, so this is going to be time for maybe pressing your advantage just because you can.
Potentially, I'm quietly positive at this stage, but as I said last time, one question can completely change the game, so I'm not getting too carried away yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's continue on. This duel is still alive. Question number 5 is the following. Also known by a more numerical name, the Spanish dollar used in Latin America was worth how many reals? 8, 20, 60, or 100? Lock in from Sam and an accelerator play. Oh, that's a noise. What was that noise?
I think I figured out what it is now. I was looking at it thinking I can't see an in here, but I think I know what it is now.
Well, come to you in a moment. Ben, what do you think Samster's done here, then,
he's
based on all of that information?
He's played all 4 at this point, and he just wants to have fun with an accelerator here. The question is, how many does he think I played in the end?
Go on then, Sam. How many do you think Ben's played?
2.
2, you say?
Not the right answer.
Okay.
No, let's drop the screen. He's gone with 3 in the end there. He's left off C60, and Sam, you have pressed advantage here going with everything. Again, we'll come to you in a moment. Ben, why did you leave off 60?
In terms of being some sort of like unitary amount, like obviously 100, it could definitely be 20 would make sense with like shilling to pound equivalent, and I can see 8 being reasonable as well. 60, on the other hand, doesn't to me make sense as like a number. Like that's the only number where like I can't strongly think of a reason for it, so that's the only one I'm going to remove. But given I don't know the answer, I feel like I have to cover the other 3.
Okay, so it's going to be another expensive play here. You'll be down to 4 chips if you survive the question, provided it is not C60. Sam, you did cover everything, but potentially a bit of post-lock-in regret. What's you thinking now?
So, like I said, at the time, I couldn't really see an end, but now I've read the question again by a more numerical name. I'm wondering if this is what pieces of 8 actually are. But I didn't know it was a real thing. I thought it was just like a piratey thing. But...
No, it's a Real thing, not a real thing.
Wow, very good, very good. But,
sorry, I had to pick that one up.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd have been confident enough to risk it anyway, but maybe I would have played 1 or 2 less chips had I thought about it a bit longer. But I just kind of wanted to get rid of this question as soon as possible, if I'm honest. Sorry to whoever wrote this one, but you know.
Well, you are safe no matter what here, Sam. You'll be losing 3 chips. You'll be down to 7. It's all about option C60. If it's 60, Sam, you are the winner. If it's anything else, then we continue on in regular play. The correct answer is... It is A8, yes indeed. Pieces of 8, the Spanish dollar was also known as, in reference to the fact that it was worth 8 real. Notably, this was only the case in Latin America. In Spain, they went from being worth 8 reals, 8 real nacional, to 10 real provincial in 1642, to then 15 and 2/34 reals de Velon in 1687, to then a more reasonable 20 reals de Velon in 1737. Goddamn inflation. What the heck's that all about? Anyway, 8 pieces of 8. That's what we're looking for there. And congratulations on covering the correct answer. Sam, you're down to 7 chips. Ben, you're down to 4 chips. And also, thinking time is starting to get a bit precious as well already. You're down to 1 minute and 13 thinking time there, Ben. How are you feeling right now?
It's loads. It's fine. It'll be fine.
I mean, I suppose the minimum it could be is 20, so, you know, compared to that, it is acres of time. Plus, of course, you've got those accelerators to use to push advantage back the other way. Sam, you're maybe feeling like you should have had a few more chips still in hand after the end of that?
Possibly, but like I say, even if I'd realised that in the time, I wasn't sure, so I don't think I would have risked it, and I felt that was a good result for a question that neither of us knew. I'm happy with that.
All right, well... Still in play here. Let's move on. Question number 6 of this duel is the following. Which before and after title fuses 2 films, both about a different ball sport? Match Point Break, Raging Bull Durham, A Shot at Glory Road, A Night to Remember the Titans. Lock in from Sam. And second accelerator.
Rush me.
Oh no!
The advantage very much there. What was that noise, Sam?
I've read the question wrong.
Why have you read the question wrong?
Did not read the word ball. That's annoying.
So potentially thinking you got a sport and another sport, but not both in the main ball sports.
Yeah. But we will see. You never know. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am.
Or maybe you can hope that Ben also gets it wrong and you go to sudden death.
Yeah, he might have felt risky. He might have gone the same wrong thing that I did. We'll see.
Let's drop the screen and see what's currently happening.
That makes me feel better.
Yes, I think it would do.
There is a difference of opinion here. regulation play ends on this question. But we have 3 scenarios at play. Sam, you've played a single chip on B, Raging Bull Durham. BC, you've played 2 chips, one on C, A Shot at Glory Road, and one on D, A Night to Remember the Titans. Option A is completely clear, so if the answer is A, we will go to sudden death to determine who goes through to the semi-finals. Sam, why did you lock in B, and now why do you believe it's not B?
Because Raging Bull is about boxing and Bull Durham is about baseball, and I can't read questions properly. Because boxing is not equals.
In which case, then, do you think Ben has covered the correct answer?
Well, Point Break, now I'm thinking about it, is about surfing, so he must have done.
Okay. Ben.
Sorry to kill attention, but, yeah, you know.
Ben, you covered C and D. Why did you go with that?
Because I recognised Raging Bull was boxing, so it wasn't it. And then I was like, to be honest, Point Break, I was thinking, like, is that... I think, to be honest, I'm confusing it with, like, Cape Fear, or, like, whoever did that one, like, the one with the boat. And didn't even think it was about any sort of sport whatsoever. Also, it just looked slightly too obvious. And then off the bottom two, did I even recognise any of the sports in CRD? No. So, just covered both.
Just covered both. Well, as it stands, if the answer is B, then Sam, you will advance through to the semi-finals. If the answer is C or D, Ben, you are through to the semi-finals. But if it's A, then we will go to sudden death to determine the winner. The correct answer is... It is C, A Shot at Glory Road. And just like that, was behind on the chips. But Ben, you're through to the semi-finals.
Not how I expected this to finish at all.
Not at all.
No. I haven't even got to use my accelerators. I love using my accelerators. I'm just doing it. Next time.
Next time.
Good game, Sam. Like, you definitely pushed me all the way there, and I feel like, yeah, that was just unfortunate.
Just one of the things. I was trying too hard to rush you, and I should have took my time a little bit more. I just saw a film question, which doesn't come up very often in Duel, and just got excited.
Well, I mean, it was sort of, you didn't learn from your previous mistake in this duel when you didn't read the question a second or third time over.
Just get rid of all those chips, because I'm sure BC would admit film is not his strongest point, so I was just trying to maybe get him to put 3 or 4 chips down and then basically give him no chance to split again, but obviously it backfired.
Obviously it backfired. BC, our winner, 3 chips to 0, so Ben advances through to the bracket to play against Shapes in a moment. I'll quickly go over the information, though. I think we've got most of it on the table here. Shot at Glory Road was the correct answer. That is a combination of A Shot at Glory, which is about soccer or football, and Glory Road, which is about basketball. Raging Bull Durham, that's Raging Bull, boxing, and Bull Durham, that's baseball. A Night to Remember the Titans, that is A Night to Remember, a 1950s film about sinking of the Titanic, so nothing about sports at all. And Remember the Titans, a high school American football film. And then Match Point Break. Match Point is a 2005 psychological thriller involving a tennis player, and Point Break about the surfing culture, as you did mention earlier, Samster. So yeah, The Shot of Glory Road was the only correct answer there, and does he mean, Ben, you are through to play against Shapes in the semi-finals. How do you reckon your chances then in the semis, Ben?
I'm going to say I'm still the underdog in that fight, but that hopefully is not going to stop me, and we'll keep playing on.
We'll keep ploughing on. Well, we will see you on Friday for the semi-finals. And Sam, unfortunately, that is the end of the road for you in this tournament. But I hope you enjoyed your time in Duel Season 5.
I always enjoy my time playing on stream. Fun as ever, just annoyed at myself, but that's the game.
That is the game, unfortunately, there. But thank you very much for playing. You are still a winner in the tournament. You'll still get the prize paid out there for getting into the finals. So congratulations on that front. And we'll see you on another stream in the near future. And Ben, we will see you on Friday. Both of you, take care, and we will see you later on. Take care.
Thanks, Ash.
Thank you. I've just had a laugh at seeing who's closest to me on the leaderboard for this episode. You'll not be surprised. You'll not be surprised.
I'll not be surprised, would I? No, not surprised in the slightest that AVMe happens to be a neighbour. Speaking of which, AVMe will be sitting in the hot seat momentarily, so probably in your seat, actually, Ben, so you're just keeping it warm for him. Right, let's go back to the title screen.
Thank you.
Catch you later, Ben. Catch you later, Sam. We'll see you soon. Wow. Samster essentially played the accelerator on himself on that question, KS. Yes, very much so. That can be a fatal flaw sometimes in this game. You think you're that confident on an answer, and then you lock in, try and push the advantage, and you end up going the wrong way because you haven't read the question fully or understood it all fully. Balls aside, GG, says Nordigoth. Thank you for that there. So, we move on to quarterfinal number 3. For tonight, it will be ABME versus Ralph. Now, originally this was going to be ABME versus Tipster on the headline, but due to Tipster having to withdraw from the competition, we had to roll down on the deal score wildcard list since Tipster was a wildcard entrant, and Ralph was the next highest scorer on the wildcard list. Now, curiously, before we had done any jiggery pokery with having to list down, everybody that was in the finals had already been here before in the centre stage in tournament in season 5. However, now that Ralph is here, Ralph is going into the centre stage for the first time at the quarter-final stages. Hasn't had a game in the centre stage yet at all. Hasn't had the experience that ABME has had. So there's going to be a very, very different dynamic going into the quarterfinals because we have someone brand new to the centre stage playing up against someone that has already had experience in the centre stage. Baptism by fire, potentially so, especially as we are now down to 6 players remaining in the tournament. 6 will become 5 at the end of this game. We have our 2 players, in which case then, let's load up into game number 3. It is ABME versus Ralph. Good evening, ABME, and good evening, Ralph, and welcome to the quarter-final stages. ABME, welcome to you. How are you doing?
Well, as I just said to Sco, I'm doing...
You're doing... What? Why?
I mean, I think that there's a big difference to sort of knowing you're playing like on stream in a duel beforehand and sort of getting tossed into it when you suddenly win a qualifier. So yeah, but I'm just trying to, stay grounded and sort of remember that this is all for fun. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, your route to get here, you were an episode 2 participant in the centre stage. You gained 2nd place from that warm-up. You survived with a single chip in hand. You played off against Proogs and survived up to question number 5. You had 2 chips in hand. Proogs actually had more chips in hand, so you survived a deficit there. And then you played off against BC, who we just saw playing in the centre stage there. You did lose to him on a sudden death question. And you are an entrant via the wildcard system with 946 duel score. So had this been against Tipster, it would have been a difference of 1 on the duel score front, 946 versus 945. As it stands, as we're playing with Ralph, it is a difference of, well, still not much to be fair, 946 versus 939. So it's a difference of 7 duel score between the two of you here. Amy, how do you reckon your chances against newbie Ralph to the centre stage?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. As Samster says, it's all about the questions that come up. I think any one question can trip you up in this. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
It will be interesting indeed. And Ralph, good evening to you. Welcome to the centre stage for the first time proper.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Well, first of all, I'd like to offer my condolences to Tip and wish him get well soon.
Oh, that's very kind of you there, Ralph. Thank you for those kind words there. So yes, my only notes for you here, Ralph, because I had to hastily write these notes up, were you've never played in the centre stage before, but you have done incredibly well in the audience side of things. You earned 939 deal score across all of the episodes there. So still a force to be reckoned with. So, certainly, comparison to Tipster's score, it was only a difference of 6 between the two of you. It really could have been either of you qualifying proper. As it happens, you are here by a withdrawal, having to fill in a space. But either way, you are still here by merit in that regard. How do you reckon your chances here against ABME? You've seen ABME play in the centre stage. Do you know what kind of strategy you're going to be playing here, Ralph?
Read the question carefully.
Yeah.
Try not to rush unless an accelerator is played against me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take any chances.
Yep.
And it's probably going to be a very even match between the two of us.
Well, I do hope it is going to be a nice even match between the two of you. I'd love to see duels go out to a nice long distance here, but anything can happen in the world of duel. And yes, definitely read the questions unless being prompted by an accelerator, in which case just read it faster.
And don't hit both booby traps in one go.
And don't hit both booby traps in one go, says Matt. Thank you for the 100 bits there. I don't think there are booby traps necessarily in duel. Just wrong answers and right answers. That's all it is, really. But anyway, I have updated the website, so you should now be able to get to the game screen proper, and I've also moved up on the challenge bracket, so we are now moved on to our next game. ABME, are you ready to play?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ralph, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, in which case then, let's duel. Good luck. Here comes question number 1. In casting calls, which word specifies that the performer must have a strong, chest-led singing voice? Belt, girdle, suspender, cummerbund. Lock in from Ralph. In casting calls, which word specifies that the performer must have a strong, chest-led singing voice? And lock in from ABME. Taking a little bit longer to lock an answer down there. 16 seconds the difference on the clocks right now. ABME, how many chips do you think Ralph has played here?
A couple, maybe. Took a little while.
Ralph, what do you think ABME's done here? How many chips do you think are on the table?
3.
You think 3? Okay. Let's drop the screen and see where you've played. We have an interesting setup on question number 1. You have agreed both on girdle and cummerbund, but then there are differences. Ralph's gone with A, belt, and ABME's gone with C, suspender. Right, Ralph, why have you gone with everything apart from the suspender?
Because suspenders spring straps are more vertical, while the belt, the girdle, the cummerbund, they're horizontal. So if you have a strong chest, you'd feel like your cummerbund pressing against you if you're singing, right?
That certainly
So it's a
seems
matter of
reasonable, yeah.
It's very much a matter of direction. Which one is the odd one out? And suspended didn't feel right to me because of that.
Okay. Amy, you went with everything but the belt. Why did you leave off the belt?
Yeah, I mean, I had some similar logic that you don't really wear a belt around your chest, but I'm sort of having second thoughts, just because belting is a thing. So, and that's sort of a strong singing voice. But yeah, I'm sort of doubting myself a lot now.
Having a bit of post-locking regret.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if the answer is a belt, then this is a one-question duel, and Ralph, you are through to the semi-finals. If the answer is C, suspender, then this is a one-question duel, and AB me, you are through to the semi-finals. If the answer is B, girdle, or D, cummerbund, then we will continue on in regulation play. The correct answer is... it's a belt. And just like that, it's a one-question duel. Wow. I mean, wow. What can you say about that?
I mean, I was doubting it would be belt when I saw AB Me hadn't put it down.
Just to go, the information here, to belt is to sing in a bright, clear tone, to belt it out. It is useful in musical theatre so that the lyrics can be clearly heard at the climax of a number. Oh, man.
That definition of belting it out, that completely blew by me.
Wow. I mean, I really do hate to see it like that, but that is the nature of duel. So long as you cover the correct answer, you're still in, and AB Mickey did not cover the correct answer, means that's it. That is the end of the road for you, AB. How do you feel? How are you feeling at this point is rather the question I need to ask here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this wasn't what I was hoping, but...
no one hoped for this at all.
Let's duel.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Actually crazy. Well, I mean...
overthinking the logic.
Yeah. Very much so, and that happens. That does happen in duels sometimes. You've seen it between me and Ben before, those years back when we had those 3 separate duels over a stack of like 15 questions that David provided, because Ben overthought some questions, and then both of us overthought some questions, and we couldn't work out the Beaver Sigourney Weaver thing. But yeah, there you go. Ralph, does mean you've only been here for one question and you're already through to the semi-finals. How do you feel, Ralph?
Very, very blessed.
Very blessed. I think that's a good good word to use there. You've been sort of granted this opportunity to get into the centre stage, and no less getting straight through into the semi-finals. And that does mean then you'll be facing off against either Mark or Clive, both of them currently waiting in the wings in the green room for their duel in a moment. Ralph, who would you rather face off in the semi-finals of those two players?
I'd rather face off against Clivy.
You would rather against Clive, would you?
Yes.
Oh, that would be... well, we'll see if that does happen. And Tips is saying it. Ralph is going to have a short hero's journey, VOD. You can just imagine how quick that would be in the edit. We just have to put you into slow motion for a lot of it. But hey, yeah, there you go. Means yes, Ralph, we will see you on Friday for the semi-finals and maybe even the final as well. Even me, that is the end of your road here in Duel Season 5. But thank you very much for playing. Thank you very much for playing, both of you. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and we'll see you later on. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So you know what I said? I was talking to the players there. ABB saying this, that, and the other. Like, I would like this to go for a long deal. And then that happened. Single questions, quarter-final. I mean, I know that the end of US Season 1 ended on a one-question duel. I know that happened. Which is kind of crazy. And I know we've had a one-question duel already happen in the tournament. I wasn't expecting it to happen a second time, but here we are. Well, you just got to play it how you play it. Both players are ready in the wings for duel number 4, in which case I'll get myself set up for that. And I'll also get the bracket ready for that as well. Moving that on. And in which case then, Clive versus Mark. And let's bring them on in to the centre stage for our final quarter-final tonight. Who is it going to be? Who's it going to be our final semi-finalist? Good evening, Mark. Good evening, Clive, and welcome to the centre stage. And thank you for your prompt arrival from that early ending third deal there. Mark, how are you feeling?
All right.
You're all right. Well, welcome on in. You are the leader of all. You got 1,186 duel score across the qualifying phase, and of course you were episode 4 winner. So you got through by rights, but also scored all of the duel score as well. You were first place from the warm up with 4 chips still in hand. You survived against Scooter with all 10 chips in hand, and survived against Dalton with 7 chips remaining in hand. You did a pressure play on the final question there. You have a phenomenal track record here, Mark. How do you reckon your chances then against Clive?
Well, it could go either way.
It could go
Clive's
either way, very much so,
too.
Yeah, he is indeed very, very smart on a vast range of subjects, including a lot of British knowledge, actually, as well, which does always surprise me how well you do with that, Clive, but we'll come over to you in a moment. We've just seen Ralph go through, qualify into the semi-finals. Mark, if you did win this duel, how do you reckon your chances against Ralph?
Well, like I said, it could go either way there, too.
Well, we will see how it all goes and wish you the best of luck there, Mark. Over on the other side of the table, Clive, good evening to you. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Now, are you in a car?
No, happily.
Happily not in a car this time round. Good. So we can duel in safety here, folks. We're not doing dueling on motorcycles or anything like that. Why would an anime do such a thing? But anyway,
I thought if it was going poorly enough, I could try guilt tripping Mark by being like, "Oh, if this was any worse, I'm going to go sit in the street and play." But I decided against it in the end.
Fair enough. How do you reckon your chances against Mark here, Clive?
I think I'm going to panic, use all my chips in the first 3 questions, and then die sadly.
Well, I mean, if anything
Don't say that.
Anything to prove from the previous duel here, it might not need 3 questions, and if you do a rush play like that, you might end up surviving. You never know. Your track record up here is you were the episode 5 winner, earning 2nd place from the warm on that particular episode with 1 chip in hand. You played off against Matt the Ref, ending in a sudden death, and you played off against Woollyback, where you still had 2 chips in hand versus Woollyback's 3 chips. So again, mentioned earlier on to AB Me was a disadvantage in your case at the end there on the final, but did survive nonetheless. Are you going to change your strategy? How are you going to play in duel tonight versus Mark?
As I say, I'm planning to panic the whole time and sound as pathetic as possible so he takes pity on me.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, we'll see if those mind games are working. Well, we'll see if those particular mind games and emotional games are going to pay off for you or not. But it's the cold, hard world of Duel here. We're just talking about trivia, not emotions. I have updated the website, so you should now be able to join in and go to the game screen proper. Everybody else that does want to play along, last chance to register for a bit of fun over on VQFD on the room code there. Right. I think I'm already on my end. Mark, are you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
Clive, are you ready to play?
Let's do it.
All right, then. In which case, let's duel. And it begins with question number 1. The last 2 words of a kung fu film which inspired a Wu-Tang Clan song. Which competition combines a mind sport and a combat sport? Shogi Sambo, Go Judo, Bridge Karate, Chess Boxing. There's a very early lock-in from Mark. Just a few more seconds for Clive. Getting all of my consonants in the right order. The Wu-Tang Clan song, which combines a mind sport and a combat sport. Let's drop the screen and see where you've gone. Both of you got a single chip down on D, chess boxing. Clive, you happy with that answer?
I wish bridge karate was a thing, and if it ever gets created,
we will see if bridge karate will ever be made. Yes. Chess boxing, the only one you say. Mark, you happy with that answer?
Quite so.
Correct answer is, of course, chess boxing. Yes, the film title is The Mystery of Chess Boxing. 1979. Produced and directed by Joseph Kuo and starring Mark Long, Jack Long and Lee Yi Min. Chess boxing consists of up to 11 3-minute rounds, starting with chess, then alternating with boxing until one player is either knocked out, checkmated, or runs out of time in the chess side of things. Or Richie Krav Maga, says Lingo in chat. That's a good option there, Richie Krav Maga. Either way, both players getting that right, still with the 10 chips in hand, only a few seconds off of either clock. Next question number 2, is this. Which of these terms is used for the small fuzzy balls that develop on the surface of a fabric due to wear and tear? Tablets, pills, lozenges, or capsules? Both players in right quick. Let's drop the screen. Both with a single chip on B, pills. I'm not even going to delay it. Just going to get straight to it. Yes, pills is the correct answer. Yes, pill can also be used as a verb, as in the fabric pilled after only 3 washes. Yes, this hoodie here is already pilling, and it's yet to actually go through a wash proper. So that's what I get for buying a very, very cheap hoodie from Primark. It's cheap fabric, but it's cheap. That's sort of the critical part of it. It's cheap. Both still with 10 chips in hand. Let's continue on. Question number 3 is this. In the board game Risk, which country of Asia does Indonesia connect to? China, Japan, India, Siam. Lock in from Clive. In the board game Risk, which country of Asia does Indonesia connect to? Lock in from Mark. And there we go. Clive, what do you think Mark's done here?
I think he's probably narrowed it down to 2 at most. Probably gone 1.
Okay. Mark, what do you think Clive's done here?
He might have gone 1 or 2.
Well, one of you is right. Clive has covered all of the answers, is guaranteed safe through. Mark has worked it down to 2, going with B and D, leaving A and C clear. Clive, is Risk not your jam then?
Absolutely fucking hate Risk. Such a boring game.
All right, don't hold your words there, Clive.
So dull. And it's got weird country setups. I didn't feel like I could sit here trying to logic it out, and I think I'd have missed something just weird about the game board, so I didn't bother.
Fair enough. Well, you are guaranteed safe through. You'll be losing 3 chips in the exchange, but you are safe through. Though it could be the end of the duel if it is A or C. What's your confidence level, Clive, that it's A or C?
I mean, India was my gut instinct, but like I said, as soon as I saw Siam, I got a little bit worried. And the countries are weird on it. It was not worth the risk.
Fair enough. Midget on the internet in chat saying that Clivy is a Monopoly person. Care to rebuttal that, Clive?
I will find you.
Because I knew that was going to be the answer. There are vastly superior versions of Monopoly. I'm sure a lot of people in chat will be able to tell you that. Anyway, Mark, we come to you. You went with Japan and Siam. Why did you go with those two?
Well, I knew it was near Southeast Asia. And I didn't think that it'd be connected straight to China.
Okay.
Or Japan. Or India.
Or Japan or India. Well, in which case, if you eliminate all of those, then you're thinking it's Siam.
Maybe.
Well, you have covered Siam. If it is B or D, we do continue on in regulation play. If it's A or C, then Clive is the winner of this duel. Correct answer is... It is D, Siam, and this duel continues on. Yes, Siam is hence thought to have the world's largest population of turtles, though I think I'm reliably informed that in other variants of the board game, possibly more modern ones, it's just called, like, Southeastern Asia or something like that. It's just the region is just a broader term. It's not even Siam anymore. So yeah, there you go. But was previously known as Siam on the board. So Mark losing just the 1 chip, Clive losing 3 chips in the exchange means it is 9 plays 7. Mark, how are you feeling with the chip advantage now then?
Well, I was relieved to survive that question.
Well, you did indeed. You only lost the 1 chip there as well. Clive, obviously, you definitely survived the question. There was nothing at risk for you there, but you did lose a few more chips. Are you feeling okay with down to 7?
Yeah. I mean, it's 2 questions later than I expected it, but it's the course I expected. So
it's the course I expected. Well, maybe we're just extending it. We're just tripling the length of your original plan, maybe. But we will continue on. Question number 4 is the following. K.A. Applegate is best known as the author to which children's book series? The Famous 5, The Nancy Drew Files, Mr. Men, Animorphs. Clive was first to lock in this time, then Mark. Not giving the audience any time whatsoever, just no chill. You feeling confident with your answer, Clive?
Yeah. Even if you don't know this one, I think these are pretty easy options to eliminate. So
let's drop the screen. Both have gone with a single chip on Animorphs. You happy with the answer, Animorphs, Clive?
Very happy. I read a few of these when I was a kid.
And you remember it was K.A. Applegate?
There was a long name like that, yes.
A long name like that. Correct answer was indeed Animorphs there, yes. The other ones, as you say, you can rule them out. Mr. Men, written by Roger Hargreaves. Famous 5 by Ian Blyton. And The Nancy Drew Files, written by Carolyn Keane, a pseudonym for a range of authors, hence the quotes on that one there. But Animorphs, yes, K.A. Applegate, the author of those. Nice, good answer there. Status quo, still the same, 9 versus 7. Mark losing a little bit of time there to Clive, but still a heck of amount of time to go, and 2 chip advantage still going Mark's way. Next up, question number 5 is this. Which of these?
I don't have it on my console.
Do you not?
Oh, there we go. It just popped up. Sorry.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Which of these is a main ingredient in a traditional panzanella salad? Mouldy cheese, rotten beef, putrid eggs, stale bread.
Yep.
Again, Clive locking in first, and then Mark. Okay. What do you reckon, Clive? What do you think Mark's done?
If it's as workoutable as I think it is, I imagine we've both done one. It's my hope, anyway.
Mark, what do you think then that Clive's done?
Well, if he's telling the truth, I think he put one and I put too many.
Well, let's drop the screen and see what's happened. You have put a few too many. You have covered every single answer, but I mean, it guarantees you through the question no matter what, at the expense of 3 chips. Mark, no clue on this one at all?
Yeah, no.
Not a big fan of panzanella salad, then?
Not really, no.
All right,
But
okay.
a pan means bread, so yeah. Post-luck and regret.
Post-locking regret, though, I would say pan in that regard would be French, it would be P-A-I-N, and that doesn't look like a particularly French word, panzanella, but either way. Clive, you did go with a single chip on stale bread. Do you know this one up, or are you just sort of working this one out?
It's the same pan. I mean, if it's an Italian pan, I think that's probably spelled differently from the French one. But in general,
true, yeah.
any of that sort of family of words means bread. So unless it's a horrible, nasty trick, it feels workoutable.
Well, if the answer is D, stale bread, we do continue on in regulation play. If it's anything else, then Mark is the winner of this duel. Correct answer is... It is D, stale bread. Yes, panzanella is an Italian salad made from hearty bread, tomatoes and onions. It is traditional to use bread that's stale or has been left to dry out overnight. Kind of pamperdue as well, I think, uses that in a certain context. So that it retains some texture when mixed with the wet tomatoes, croutons, that kind of thing. But David is actually confirming pan equals bread is the correct etymology for this word. Apparently means small bread basket is what panzanella would translate to. So there you go. Some nice little cute work you go from there. Does mean, though, we get a swing of advantage. Mark did lose 3 chips there, is down to 6 now in the stack with 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Clive, now the lead by a chip, 7 chips in the stack, 2 minutes and 40 seconds of thinking time. So, Clive, you're now actually ahead of Mark at this point in the game. How are you feeling?
I might get unbearably cocky from now on.
I mean, you've got the driving seat right now. You could push a bit of advantage potentially, but you never know. We could have a situation like Sapster earlier on where you push that advantage just a bit too far and make a bit of a regretful move. But we'll see how it goes. Moving on. Question number 6 in this duel is the following. Which of these Madonna songs was not released on an album of the same name? Material Girl, Like a Prayer, True Blue, Music. Both players locking in within a second of each other. I was potentially half expecting an accelerator to be played there, but it did not come off. Mark, what's your reckoning here that Clive's done?
I'm not sure. He might have gone 1 or 2.
Okay. And Clive, what's your reckoning that Mark's done here?
He sounds confident, so I'll guess 1 or 2 as well.
Let's drop the screen and see what's happened. So, you have both agreed on A, Material Girl, and C, True Blue, but then there are differences. Clive, you've gone with B, Like a Prayer, and Mark, You haven't covered anything else. Both of you have failed to cover D music in this case. Mark, why do you go with A and C?
Well, because I remember there being I remember like Prayer and Music being albums, and I didn't quite remember True Blue.
Okay. Clive, why do you go with everything other than music?
Music was the one I remembered. I've missed a question on that in the past, so it's really stuck in there. Like a Prayer I thought might have been, but then I also worried that maybe she had a self-titled album at some point around then, and it could have turned up on that. But I'm not a Madonna fan at all, so I just thought I'd play it safe.
Well, you have played it safe from that particular knowledge then. It will lose you 2 chips. Mark will lose 1 chip, which will mean if you both survive this question, then we're back to level pegging at 5 chips apiece in your individual stacks. However, if it is B, like a prayer, then Clive, you are the winner. And also, if it's D, music, then we will go to sudden death to determine who our final semi-finalist is. The correct answer is... It is A, Material Girl. Yes, Material Girl appeared on her 1984 album titled Like a Virgin. Material Girl was Madonna's first platinum single in the UK, but only reached number 3 in the UK Top 40. Into the Groove, her first of 13 UK number 1s, also appeared on the same album. Despite having 64 top 10 hits, Madonna has never had a single sell over 1 million. That is an interesting little fact there. But Material Girl was the correct answer, appeared on Like a Virgin all years, appeared on same titled albums. So as it currently stands now, our players are level on chip stacks, 5 apiece. Mark still has 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Clive has a bit more thinking time, 2 minutes and 33. No accelerators being played so far in this duel. Mark, how are you feeling at this point now that it's sort of leveled out again?
Well, anything can still happen.
Anything can still happen, very much so. Clive, how are you feeling at this point? It's definitely not going against the original plan here.
No, and that's really worrying me. I'm thinking I might tank this next question just to get myself back on solid footing.
Well, we'll see what happens. You never know. Lady Luck might just give you another ace in the hole, but we'll see. Question number 7 is the following. Charlie Schmidt's first keyboard cat, named Fatso, made their recorded performance in what decade? The 80s, the 90s, the noughties, or the teens? Both players locking in within a second of each other. No time for accelerators at all. Mark, what do you think Clive has done here?
I'm not sure. Maybe 2?
Clive, what do you think Mark's done here?
There's 2 that are really easily ruled out, so I think probably 2. 1 if he's just knows it for some reason, as you would do.
Well, let's drop the screen. So, Mark has played 3 chips, A, B and C, leaving off of the 2010s. Clive, you played 2 chips, leaving off of the 80s and the 2010s. Clive, why did you go with the 90s and the noughties?
Well, it was a fairly mid-2000s internet meme. And I think the cat was either still alive or had only recently passed away when it got big, so I don't think it would have been as far back as the 80s. But the video quality was kind of poor, so I thought possibly the 90s. So I thought middle 2 were pretty safe.
Okay. Mark, you did also include the 80s there. Why did you include that one?
Well, I knew the meme was before the 2010s, and I didn't think I could rule out any other decade.
Well, if the answer is the 1980s, then Mark, you are the winner of the duel. You will move on to the semi-finals. If it's B or C, we continue on in regulation play. And if it's D, the 2010s, then we will go to sudden death to determine the winner. The correct answer is... It is A, the 1980s. And that is the end of the duel.
Good game, Clive.
Good game.
Clive, I know you said you wanted to tank it, but not that hard.
No, I'm actually, as much as for all the joking, I'm actually quite annoyed by that.
Oh, yeah, it was back in the 80s. The video was taped back in 1984, and then Schmidt put it up on YouTube in June of 2007. It was ranked as number 2 on Current TV's 50 Greatest Viral Videos list, because that's a thing that exists. But yeah, recorded all the way back in 1984. So yeah, you're absolutely right in mentioning about the video quality, but it was video quality of like VHS tapes all the way back in those days. And wow. It's another sort of heartbreak end to another duel, unfortunately. Just failing to cover the answer there. Clive, how do you feel?
Sorry, I'll try and be entertaining in a second. I'm getting over the shock.
Yeah, I totally get you. It's been a really weird, sort of shocking end to duels in the quarterfinal stage here.
I sat there so long trying to picture, was there a timestamp on that video, and I couldn't see anything. Good, well played. That was a smart move to cover that.
Well, did have the chips to play it and did cover that final answer there. Mark, you are the winner of the duel. How do you feel?
Oh, relieved. Again.
Relieved and, covering the correct answer on A there, where Clive did not do so, means you are through as a semi-finalist, and you will be playing off against Ralph, our one-question specialist so far. Do you think you will defeat Ralph in the semi-finals?
I'm not sure. Like I say, I mean, we're all pretty smart.
Mm-hmm.
All it takes is a couple questions or one even that one of us doesn't know when one of us thinks he knows but really doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that is the case at the end of this duel here. Well, we will see how it all shakes out in the semi-final stages. Thank you very much for tuning in there, Mark. We'll see you on Friday. Commiserations again to you, Clive, but you are still a winner in duel. You'll still get a prize for getting into the quarterfinals. Thank you very much for playing. I hope you had fun, though, during Duel Season 5, Clive.
I had a great time. Cheers, Ash.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for playing, Clive. And Mark, we will see you on Friday for the semi-finals. Until then, take care, both of you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, man. What a weird end. What a really weird end to the quarterfinals. A one-question duel and then just regret in not covering as early as the 80s at the end there, even though Clive did have the chips to spare if they wished to do so. But that is how duel goes sometimes, folks. We have lost 4 players. We are down to our final 4 semi-finalists now. They are Mark, Ralph, Shapes, and BC. One of those, at the end of the Friday episode, will be our winner. We will know at the end of the Friday episode who is the winner of Duel Season 5. Will it be Mark, the player that has scored the greatest duel score, has had a phenomenal performance both in the audience and the centre stage? Will it be Ralph? He's only been in the centre stage for one question, but it's been very potent. Will it be Shapes, who's had a lot of ups and downs, three question duel in the qualifying stages, and then defeating Claire earlier on Or will it be BC getting through, maybe on a bit of sheer luck that Samster didn't cover the correct answer, but still with a lot of strategy in mind? One of them will be our winner on Friday. Oh boy. Well, that brings us to a close on Duel for tonight. I'm not going to do the wheel spin. That will again be delayed until later on. But I will be going over to do a watch along of Genius Game at the end of the stream over in Discord. So do go and tune over to there if you're interested in that kind of thing. Oh my! How are the predictions going? Well, who's currently in the lead on the prediction side of things? As it stands, It Be Scuffed But Holy Smokes does have the best predictions so far, and has the highest score potential as well. Currently with a pick potential of 6 and a score potential of 11. There are 4 players with an equal score of 3. Them being It Be Scuffed But Holy Smokes, Untitled, BRB banning JD Vance from DFS, and Maxio's prediction. Those are the current best predictions with a score of 3. But sort of best overall right now is It Be Scuffed But Holy Smokes with the greatest potential score that it could be. Yeah, no one predicted the results of all 4 duels this evening. There has been some interesting upsets throughout. And it's been very, very interesting seeing it all play out here. To go over to your point, Tip, yes, I did have some new music in one of the beds earlier on. Would you like to have a quick listen to that again? Let me find the music that I found, because I thought I'd want to just bring in some new tension every once in a while. So I now have new discussion tension music, which goes a bit like this. So yeah, this is the new bed that I have purchased from Audio Network, because of course I got it from Audio Network. They do good stuff. There are some other bits of music tracks as well that I'm keeping up my sleeve if I need to use it, but this was the new one that I did bring in because I knew I wanted to have some new tension brought into the game rather than keeping to the old tracks all the time. I'll keep it on stream for now, Matt. Maybe later on I will provide the links to them specifically on Audio Network so that you can then go listen to your perusal. But yeah, this is a nice sort of low rumble bed. It does grow a bit more later down the line, but it is a really lovely bed, this one. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode of Duel. We have just one more episode left in the Duel season. Episode 7 of 7 comes to you this Friday at 8 p.m. We will have 3 duels remaining. We will have the semi-final duel of Mark versus Ralph, and we'll have the semi-final duel of Shapes and BC. And then whoever wins from both of those will go through to the grand final to determine who is the victor of Duel Season 5. Whew. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this all resolves. Because there's 4 very different gameplays currently on the line right now. And still a whole load of unknowns that we have yet to reveal. I guess we need to get stacking, don't we? We have 3 more stacks to get ready for Friday. Oh boy. Well then, take care. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you again on Friday. In the meantime, Ben will be here tomorrow evening with some game nights. What has he got for you on game night stream? Let's have a look. It will be the 22nd, and he will have for you Bidding War, Hacker, Hacksaw, and Spotlight. That is happening tomorrow evening over on Ben's side of things. I will give Ben a proper shout out, no less. Let me do that. Royal_Flush. There we go. And then I'll be back on Friday. Ben will be back then on Saturday as well with Plinko, Red Herrings, and The Purge. That's happening over on his side on the Saturday evening. There'll also be some Wheel After Dark potentially over on JB side of things, but we'll confirm that later on in the week. And of course, this is a bank holiday weekend. So Monday will be a bank holiday here in the UK, so a bit of an extended weekend for us here at the end of May. Either way, take care. I will see you on Friday for the conclusion of Duel Season 5, and then we'll get returning back to Season 17 of Quiz Night proper with all sorts of other shenanigans. Until then, take care, and good night. Oh, and apparently music just ends up abruptly there. Okay. Fine then. I was hoping to end on a nice swell there, but no, it just ended abruptly. All right, thanks. Thanks.